How about now? Can you hear now? Can you hear now? I don't know if you can hear now. You should be able to hear. Excellent. So let me just go over that one more time. First, screw whoever it was idea to kill Chandler Riggs. To kill off Chandler Riggs' character. Carl, that was bullshit. Two, everything that we're going to be discussing today is we're going to be discussing the Cavs situation. We're going to be discussing the whole new Tay-K situation. He has something new going on with Tay-K right now. And we're also going to be discussing the Parkland situation because we had the sheriff's deputies who refused to enter the building when all the shooting was going on. Now, with that being said, let's go to the Parkland thing first because I'm probably going to spend the least time there. Okay, so as far as with the Parkland situation, see, this is the thing that kills me. Good morning, Hillary. How you doing this morning? This is the thing that kills me, right? Now, we keep hearing about how these police officers are shooting people because they're scared for their lives, right? That's always the reason why some police officers shooting some innocent, defenseless person with no weapons because they fear for their lives. And most of society eats it up and agrees with them because these police officers are never being held accountable. Now we have a situation where a police officer should not just be, a sheriff's deputy, pardon me, that's different from a police officer, shouldn't just be fearful for their life, but also fearful for the population, the citizens, children, and they decide to not just not encounter the shooting suspect, but they also decide to stay outside of the school. Now, for everybody that doesn't know, the shooting lasted 6 minutes. Anybody that's ever been in a fight, they'll let you know. 1 minute, and when in a high adrenaline situation, it feels like forever. So, it feels like forever. So 6 minutes probably felt like to these people 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour. That's probably how it felt, you understand? So you have 6 minutes of shooting, and the police, after arriving to the scene, actually one of them were already on the scene because his job was to be at the school. It took him 4 minutes. It took them 4 minutes to go inside and try to do anything. 4 entire minutes. So they could have went inside and saved lives. One of the gentlemen, one of the officers, he was going to get fired, and instead of firing, they allowed for him to resign because he was old. Because you already know what this was. This is one of those situations where it was a person who was at the end of their career. They posted him at the school because they said, well, nothing happens here and we just need a body. I used to do security. When I was in college, I was doing college full time. I was working full time, and the job that I had was I used to do security inside of a men's shelter in Bellevue Men's Shelter on 30th Street. And I'm gonna let you know right now, a lot of times when you have a low risk area, all they want to do is have bodies there. They don't care if the person's competent. I'm competent, don't get me confused. But they don't care if the person's competent. They don't care if the person knows how to deal with situations or anything. All they need is bodies there in order to be able to fill payroll. That's it. You understand what I'm saying? So that was probably the situation. They didn't take the security of schools seriously. They just sent some old dude there, and the old guy was at the school, and then when help came, they had to wait. I believe it was Spring River, the Spring River police or deputies. They went into the school first. I already got a video up on this. I'm gonna have more videos coming about this particular situation because this is something that we need to be mindful of, and this is something that we need to stay on top of. Everybody's upset at the NRA, and they have a right to be. Don't get me confused. There's no reason why a regular citizen should have an assault rifle. I'm not. What kind of deer are you hunting? So I'm on board with that. But at the same time, we have to start holding people accountable. When we have these people shoot up schools, we need to stop saying that they got a mental illness. If they have a mental illness, so does the guy that's selling drugs. Why doesn't he have a mental illness? His mental illness probably makes him incapable of getting a job. That's a thing for everybody that doesn't know. Somebody could have a mental illness so bad that they can't get a job. So why aren't we saying that some of these drug dealers, some of these hand-to-hand drug dealers, I'm not talking about the big guys that's selling weight. I'm talking about these hand-to-hand guys on the corner that they wanna give freaking 20 years too for a dime bag, why can't they have a mental illness that prohibits them from being able to get a job, causing for them to now deal drugs? But when we have somebody that goes and they shoot up a school and kills 17 people, we want to say that they have a mental illness and ship them off somewhere other than prison. No, you go to a school, mental illness or not, you kill 17 people, you need to get the death penalty if that state allows it, and if not, you need to go to prison, period. There is no trying to figure out what's wrong with you. You killed 17 people, you forfeited your right to be able to be helped. That's it, period. I'm not going no more with that. So I'm gonna go to the KK situation real quick before I get to the LeBron James situation. So remember the other day I dropped a video for everybody that watches the videos. I dropped a video the other day and it said that there was okay, for everybody that don't know, I think there was 6 people involved. There was 3 girls, there was 3 guys. TK, 2 dudes. There was 3 girls. One of the girls was underage, so her picture was never released, nor was her name ever released. She was an underage girl. She was described as being blonde hair and petite. She's a white girl. She's blonde hair and petite. She was about 15 years old or something like that. 15 or 16 when the incident happened with TK when they killed the guy in the trap house. They gave her 20 years. In the video, I tried to tell people they're making an example. They gave her 20 years because they're trying to get people to talk. And what do I hear this morning? One of the girls, one of the other females, she has decided that she will squeal also if she could hopefully also get the 20-year deal. So what's being reported, I want to give a shout out to Diamonds Live. What's being reported is her 20-year deal can only come in effect after she is a witness against all of the other people involved in the situation. So once again, I'm at the I'm on 103rd and Broadway at the Starbucks over here. Very nice Starbucks. These guys are the best. It's not like the Starbucks on 110. Those dudes is douchebags. So they got one of the girls to agree to testify against everybody. I was trying to explain to people before. None of these kids is gonna see the light of day. They are done. When we already know how this country works, all right? I'm not trying to make this. I'm not gonna stand here and talk about race relations. But we already know how this country works. And when you have a group of people, right, and they're of various ethnicities, and you have the first person that gets found guilty and then gets sentenced is the one person who is absolutely the little petite white girl, and they give her 20 years, there's a good chance that some of the other people might be having a death penalty coming for her. That's just facts. They throwing the book at everybody. Everybody gonna get it. They gonna make an example out of everybody. That's just facts. And anybody looking and seeing that my shirt's a little wrinkled, I couldn't iron this morning. I didn't wake up late. I was just moving slow as shit. I couldn't iron this morning. I was dragging. I'm really upset about it. It's bothering me. Anyway, so that's as far as the TK situation go. I'll keep y'all updated on that. But like I told y'all before, they made an example out of the young girl because they wanted to make certain things happen. So they gave the young girl 20 years. Another girl, understanding that if they gave her 20 years, this other girl just might get life or even worse. She has decided that she's gonna go and be a witness against the other defendants. And after she's witnessed and after they get their convictions, then they might give her the 20 years also. So she could, I guess she's thinking possibly be able to be a free woman again at some time of her life. But for everybody who's a TK fan, this is not a good look. I'm sorry, but I just don't think that boy is gonna see the. I think that he's breathed his last breath of fresh air. I mean, free air. Because don't forget, He has like 2 other cases hanging over his head also. This is just my opinion. I could be wrong. Anyway, we rushing through this morning, mostly because there's not that many comments, but also because it's just, yeah, but those kids tried to rob the trap house and they did it wrong. Once you doing something and you add murder, everything's just, is worse. Like, if you rob the drug dealer can't go to the police and tell the police you robbed them. So if they would have just tried to rob the trap house and then got up out of there, you know, they wouldn't have to worry about the police. They probably would have had to worry about, you know, the people who drugs they just stole, but they wouldn't have had to worry about the police. But since they decided to kill somebody at the scene, now they have to worry about the police, and it just didn't turn out good for them. This is Texas they did this in. This isn't Utah. I mean, I don't know what would have happened in Utah. I'm not saying anything less would have happened in Utah or any other state, but this is Texas, and we all know in Texas, it's like you don't want to get caught with guns in New York. You know, it's just, that's the way it is. In New York, you get caught with guns, you're in trouble. It's real. Like, you get caught with guns in Chicago, you might be out tomorrow. I literally, I'm trying to tell you something. This actually happened. There's some gang member or rapper or something in Chicago. He got caught with a gun. When he went to the judge and he went in front of the judge was like, "Why did you have the gun?" He said, "People are trying to kill me." He's part of a gang. People are trying to kill him. The judge let him go. I'm no lie. Facts. This actually happened. Judge let him go because there really are other gangs out there trying to kill him. And he got caught with the gun in his house on top of that. He wasn't like out in the street anywhere with it. They came, they raided his house. That's where he got caught with the gun at. It is what it is. All right, we're going to get to the NBA real quick. When the Cleveland Cavaliers initially made that trade, y'all got to understand, this is how it works, like in all sports, not just basketball. After a big trade, the team is just on a high. You're going to win games, you should lose. It should look really good because everybody's invigorated. Everybody has a lot of energy. Everybody's trying their hardest to fit in. It's usually good stuff happens. So when Cleveland initially made the trade, when they was getting those wins and when they were absolutely dominating, that was because they were still on a high. Now, they're not getting those wins. They're losing. They lost a couple of games. LeBron James is upset. I'm not a big LeBron James fan, but he made a point the other day. He said the NBA protects the shooters. The point that he was trying to make is LeBron James drives to the basket as much or more than almost anybody else in the NBA. If you drive to the basket 12 times in a game, there's no way that you only get fouled once. There's just no way. So when you have a player who drives to the basket a lot, they tend to go to the line a lot. No, I'm a Knicks fan. But I'll cover whatever the story is, whatever the team is. I also want to talk about OKC. That's why I'm trying to run through a lot of this stuff real quick, because I also want to talk about OKC, and I want to talk about Golden State and their Jaja Pachulia problem. Or should I say the rest of the NBA's Jaja Pachulia problem. So, did he leave because I said I'm not a Cleveland Cavaliers fan? I'm a New York Knicks fan. That don't mean that I can't be unbiased. Anyway, LeBron James made a really good point. He said that they protect the shooters, meaning that if you're not a shooter, they don't protect you. They allow for you to get fouled. Now, I seen some of the calls in the game that LeBron James thought that oh, he's still here and shit. I seen a couple of calls in the games that LeBron James thought that the refs missed. And while I don't think they were all fouls, I do think that the refs missed a few that were fouls. Now, this is all I have to say about that. When Carmelo Anthony played for the Knicks, the refs used to let Carmelo Anthony get his ass whooped. He used to get fouled like crazy and get no calls whatsoever. So this is telling me two things is going on in the NBA. The first thing is LeBron James will not reach the finals this year. The NBA is not protecting him. The NBA protects all of their best players. This is not an NBA only protects LeBron type thing. The NBA protected Jordan. The NBA protected Kobe. The NBA, well, they didn't really protect Shaq. But they didn't need to, I guess. You know, you protect Shaq, you just make them unbeatable. The NBA has been protecting James Harden for the last couple of years. The NBA protects certain players. Now, with that being said, if the NBA stops protecting LeBron James will not reach the finals this year. He just will not. Because while everybody thinks that his team got better, his team didn't necessarily get better with the trades. What they did get was they got more athletic, which will allow for them to play better defense. They got younger. Now, those are all good things to get. Don't get it confused. But don't forget, Isaiah Thomas was not healthy yet. Last year, he averaged like 28 or 29 points a game. The Cavs did not get better by trading Isaiah Thomas away and acquiring the guys that they acquired. They got different. That's it. The first couple of games, nobody knew how to play against them, so they went and they got a couple of victories. But I guarantee you, in the playoffs, they will not beat the Celtics. They won't beat, I'm telling you right now. So for everybody that thinks that they're going to beat the Celtics in the playoffs, they're not going to beat the Celtics in the playoffs. They're not. If John Wall gets back, they might have a tough time with Washington. They might not beat Toronto in the playoffs. They just won't. A lot of the players that LeBron James has just acquired, they aren't very, they don't have that much playoff experience also. And that makes a difference because the NBA changes in the playoffs. For everybody that doesn't know, the way the games are officiated changes in the playoffs. So since the way the games are officiated changes in the playoffs, that means that the teams have to change the way that they play in the playoffs. Okay, let's get to the, there was a situation this weekend with Kevin Durant and Carmelo Anthony. And this is one thing that I'll say. I'm a Carmelo Anthony fan. I like Carmelo Anthony. I like Kevin Durant, you know. But ever since Kevin Durant went to the Golden State Warriors, he's been like that kid that acts tough when his big brothers are around. But when his big brothers aren't around, he stays shut. Kevin Durant isn't fooling anybody. Everybody knows that Kevin Durant isn't a tough guy. I think that it'll be in Kevin Durant's best interest if he uses the fuel to play, because Kevin Durant had dropped 40 on 11 shots. Like, he's really good. Like, he's not a game. He's really good. But I think that when he acts like he's a tough guy, it takes away from who he is. If you're not a tough guy, you don't got to act like a tough guy. Just play your game, do what you do. You understand what I'm saying? It's just fine. Kevin Durant is arguably the best scorer in the NBA. I think the three best scorers in the NBA might be Harden, Durant, and I want to say Carmelo, but no, Harden and Durant are two of the best scorers in the NBA. Durant doesn't need to be a tough guy in order to get respect. All he has to do is just keep being the unstoppable force that he is. Everything will be just fine. And I want to get to the Zaza Pachulia issue. I think that the NBA needs to ban Zaza Pachulia from the NBA for a year. I think that he should be banned for a year. I'm going to explain why. I think that Zaza Pachulia actively goes out there and tries to injure opposing players. Last year in the playoffs, San Antonio Spurs were winning by like 25 points. What does Zaza Pachulia go do? He goes and he steps his foot under Kawhi Leonard on Kawhi Leonard's jump shot. Kawhi Leonard has not been the same since and has only played 15 games since that injury. I think that the NBA needs to just let him go. He needs to be banned from the league because you need to make an example. Because you got to look at it like this. The players are a commodity. That's the actual value of each individual team. The players which on the individual teams, correct? Now, because of the collective bargaining agreement, that means that all the teams share a pot of money, the television revenue and things like that. So that means that it's in every team's best interest for especially the superstars to be able to play and not be injured. Now, if you have a player going around trying to injure all the superstars that's on other teams, you're actually, yeah, he is. What up, Zeus? Yo, Zeus, we getting on tonight. You getting on? So if you have somebody actively going around and injuring other players on other teams, what you're actually doing is you're causing for the NBA to lose money. So in my opinion, it would be best for the NBA if they just said, look, Jaja Pachulia has to sit out a year, no pay. Facts. So if Jaja Pachulia, he just needs to be, they need to take it, because what he did to Russell Westbrook, that was definitely and absolutely, it just looked to me like he was trying to cause another situation where somebody could get injured. That's just my opinion. And because of the collective bargaining agreement, and because of other, just the way that the NBA worked, the way that they pool their money, I think that they need to just take him out the league. He needs to sit for a year before other players decide to start doing the same thing. Because if everybody does remember, yeah, he dirty. Wait, hold on. What you said, Zeus? I'm about to get on right now. I'm off work today. I'll be on to about. So I'm gonna have to check you at 9. What's today? Monday? I get on at 9 then, because I don't know when I'm gonna. Well, I'm at work, so I'm about to head to work in about 10 minutes. I mean, I need to be there in about 10 minutes. I'm not sure when I'm gonna head there. I'm usually late. Anyway, so yeah, I try to get on at 9 tonight. So yeah, Jaja Pachulia is just dirty, and they need to make an example, because what's gonna happen, right? What's gonna happen when Jaja Pachulia, if Jaja Pachulia was to end another big guy, because we don't even know if Kawhi Leonard's gonna come back. They keep saying that Kawhi Leonard is he's healthy. Yeah, he's a clown. Yeah, he does that on purpose. Zeus says Zaza's a clown. He does that on purpose. Absolutely. So what's gonna happen when Jaja goes around the league and goes on an injure player tour? Next thing you know, he injures freaking let's say he injures Kyle Lowry, even though he's a lesser player or whatever. But then he injures the Greek Freak. And then he goes and he injures Lonzo Ball. Like, when is it going to be enough? You understand what I'm saying? When is it going to be enough that they're going to say, look, man, we have to get rid of this one bad tooth before it poisons the gums. And we have to get rid of all the teeth. You understand? Like, that's the concept and the logic that they needs to be looking at. If he injures LeBron, somebody going to kill that man. Seriously, you got people out here that love LeBron, man. He injured LeBron, he better go back to whatever the country he from. You know what I'm saying? It might be a problem for him if he injured LeBron. That's just facts. Yeah, he injured LeBron, man. Somebody gonna try to kill him, yo. Seriously. Look, everybody. Look, I love y'all. It's gonna be a good day today. We're gonna all think positive thoughts today. Today, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do something for ourselves today, because we're always doing stuff for other people. Today, we're going to take some time out today and reflect on ourselves, on the things that make us the person that we are. We're going to do self-healing today. You understand what I'm saying? We do a lot of giving. We do a lot of, you know, going out of our way for others, which is a great thing to do and that we should do. But today we're gonna do some self-reflection. We're gonna do self-healing today. So whatever it is that you do to help you self-heal, whether it's sit in the bath with a whole bunch of damn candles, whether it's read a book, whether it is, whatever it is, we're gonna do some self-healing today. And this is gonna be a day after we get off from work, after we do whatever we need to do, that we're gonna heal ourselves. Because if we're not good, we can't help others. And helping others is the best thing that anybody could ever do. If that's what you do. It's not what I do, but if that's what you do. All right, so I love y'all. Please take care of each other. I'm gonna have some videos that's gonna drop a little bit later today. Take care video. I'm gonna have a video more on my thoughts on the LeBron situation and NBA situation. I'm gonna have more, pardon me. I'm gonna have another video drop about the Parkland sheriffs that decided that they were not gonna go into the school and do their job. And I might have 2 or 3 more videos about a couple of other things that should drop today. It all depends on how fast my computer's working. It just, I don't know. I'm gonna get an antivirus and buy a new one soon. So soon I'm gonna have 2 PCs and I'm gonna be able to get stuff out a little bit more. So I love y'all. Please take care of each other, hug your kids for me. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out.